it's William Mullaney from Flowers and Scents with your floral industry buzz. Okay, today I'm doing an interview with some old friends of mine from Continental Flowers in Miami. Eric Fernandez and Trisha Gomez are the children of the original owners, Bill and Ophie Fernandez, and I believe they're celebrating 50 years, wow, of being in this flower business, and that makes me really feel old. But nonetheless, we're going to talk to them because they're younger, and I look forward to this conversation with them. So, without further ado, Continental Flowers. Hello to my friends Eric and Trisha from Continental Flowers for
Hey,
this
buddy.
special occasion that we're having here, because this special occasion is making me feel really old. I have to tell you that you guys have Continental Flowers have been around 50 years now. Is that?
That's
Yes,
right.
Continental Flowers, not us.
Yes. Okay. Yes, sure. You haven't been around that long either. And well, this is special for me because I know your parents very well, and this is great to have this continuity in the business. And they're not even there. I don't know where are they now? They're traveling somewhere. They're always traveling somewhere.
They're traveling. They're with their grandkids. My dad's working on his vegetable garden.
Going out on the boat,
Yeah, so
mom is shopping,
I love it. I love it.
lunching with the ladies.
yeah.
Good. I love it. And I have very special memories of hanging out. I have to say, Continental Flowers was one of the more friendly places for me to visit.
We're glad,
Oh,
glad to have you
We're
here.
still friendly, so you can come by anytime.
Yeah, I know. Well, your mom was and dad were always very accommodating to me. You know, in the early days of the flower business down there, I would wander into many different companies, and sometimes I was welcome. Sometimes they were like chasing me out because I would distract the salespeople. They're here. They're supposed to be selling flowers, not talking to you. So, but at Continental was always everybody was always receptive, and I have again special memories of sitting there chatting with your mom, talking about everything but flowers for the most part. And
That sounds right.
Sounds powerful.
and with your dad as well. So let's go back a little bit. You didn't you guys weren't obviously around 50 years ago, and I guess your grandparents had a flower shop. Is that right?
Right. So Continental Flowers. Well, I guess prior to Continental Flowers being founded, our grandparents opened a flower shop here in Miami, and it was a neighborhood flower shop, and they were operating, I think, from the late '60s,
Yeah.
and then in 1974. One day a box of carnations from Colombia showed up. Another local flower shop that was kind of also acting as a wholesaled it to them, and said, "Well, look, we just started trying this out and bringing these flowers, these carnations from Colombia," and our grandfather, put two and two together and said, "Well, we might be able to do the same thing," and shortly thereafter drafted our father into the business, and that's how Continental Flowers was born, June 1974.
Yeah, well, I wasn't there in Miami yet. I arrived about 76, I believe. And yes, your dad used to drive up in your van, a rickety old van, as I remember, and open the back doors and throw some boxes up to me on the dock. And
That's about right.
Yeah.
it's about how it started.
He had a
Exactly.
van and then he got himself an old pizza truck.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah, it was. Hey, they're great memories because y'all started from nothing and built something that's really cool. You have a new, really cool building and everything else, and I'm really happy that you. Again, I'm delighted that you guys joined the business and hung in there. And it was. I know family businesses are not an easy transition, but. It looks like this one went fairly well because again, you two are sitting there and they're off traveling, so everybody's happy, I think.
Yeah, we're all happy, and sometimes if you're around the office, my dad will stop in, and he brings treats from and coffee from time to time, and chats it up with everybody. He just can't Can't get it out of his
He,
DNA.
he was stopping by last week during our Valentine's Day rush, and how are sales and how are the boxes, and do we have a lot of boxes still in the coolers, and what's going on, and still, he can't let go of it. You can take him out of the company, but you can't take the company out of him.
No, it's in his blood. No doubt
Yeah.
about it. And of course, you have to bring some pastelitos over so that everybody
Absolutely. That's
Pastelitos,
trademark.
bocadillo,
you
empanada.
can't take the Cuban out of him. No.
No, never.
So, hey, Eric, and you guys have transitioned since I've known you over the years. I mean, obviously, it was a very wholesale-oriented business over the many years. And with my time at Greenleaf in different places, I was always wandering through your building. And then you did branch out into the bouquet business as well. So that's probably a big part of your current success.
It is a significant part of our business. Our bouquet offering, our consumer bunch offering, arrangements, farm-made arrangements done here at our production line here in Miami. So it's a complete solution. And it's not just those aren't just items in a portfolio only offered to mass market customers, but also to our wholesale clients as well. And we're seeing that as a trend that's picking up more and more of wholesale clients that are getting into the mass market game, and we're here to support them and support mass markets and all.
Yeah, that's an interesting transition. Getting wholesalers to see the supermarkets more as a customer as opposed to a competitor.
Right, and it's not just also bouquets, for example, to go to a wholesaler to then be sold to at a supermarket or at a convenience store or anything, but also to florists that are looking for quick chop and drop solutions or to sell bouquets themselves. We're seeing that trend gain more and more steam, and we're here to support it.
Yeah, and well, that's been again a good transition for y'all, and I applaud you because it's not an easy thing to do to get into that business. It's sort of a different ball game than the supermarket business, as you found out, I guess.
Yeah, it's a different game, but we have great teams that can play both sides of the ball here, and we can and we're doing it. We're continuing to grow. We're excited about it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk to Trisha for a minute because Trisha, I used to go and one of my favorite things to do was also go up and visit Trisha in her glass bubble.
My fishbowl.
Yeah, her fish bowl, which was a glass office in the middle of the sales room, and everybody could see you but couldn't hear you, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I always thought that was an odd situation when I would come in there and hang out with you. But hey, but it was fun, being in a glass bowl for a while. Did they finally let you out of the glass bubble there?
I escaped. I broke down the glass and I got out. I got out. Yeah, now I have an actual office with an actual door.
Oh, okay.
And,
Did you move into your mom's old office, maybe?
I did. I moved into my mom's old office, taking care of all the financial part and the accounting, still kind of heading the procurement part of the business, overseeing kind of the whole thing. We have another manager that deals with all the day-to-day operations, but I can still communicate with all the farms. We're buying from about 55 different farms, in addition to our own farms.
Right.
All of, how it is all over South America. So I oversee all of that and then also, kind of in charge of all the accounting and the financial part of the company.
Hey, that's a big deal because somebody's got to worry about the money,
It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of numbers. I like numbers, though, so it works out.
And being, procurement is I've always said in this game here of playing in flowers, the money's made in buying, not necessarily in selling.
Absolutely. It can be made and it can be all lost in the buying. So we have to keep a very sharp pencil and make sure that we're going to make a profit.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think y'all did different, you own farms from the very beginning. Dos Niños and what's the other brand?
So yeah, in 1985, father invested in a farm called La Flor in Bogota, and first started as carnations, and then from there we expanded on to growing roses and alstromerias. We also made another farm investment later on in Medellin, where we grow typical Medellin product as well.
Yeah, and I think your Alstroemeria is one of your hallmark
Famous
products,
Austro
right?
jewels. Yeah,
Yep.
our Austro jewels known all
Alstro
around the
Jewels.
world.
So
Yeah.
that was I think it was the initial crop came out in I think about 2001, 2002 timeframe. So now we're at over 20 years of the Oster Jewels. And a little tidbit here is in the next month or month and a half, you'll see a brand refresh of Oster Jewels that'll be reaching out to our customers shortly.
Okay, well, you better send me some then, so I can test them for you, make sure they're good.
It's the same
Same
great
flower, same
flower.
fabulous flower, just a little refresh in the packaging.
Okay, well, packaging is a big deal. That brand, it's all about a brand there.
Yeah.
Um,
Sir.
so what now? We can't look out 50 more years because that's too far to look out. But
We'll bring our kids in here next week. You can talk
yeah,
to
bring the kids, get them introduced quickly. Um, well, what do you see on the horizon, Eric? And Eric, before I go too far, I applaud you as well for being involved in the industry. You're not just selling flowers. You have joined the industry as a participant in these organizations, and I do applaud that because the industry needs that influx of people and knowledge.
Well, Trish and I were born into this industry. We have it in our blood. We're passionate about it. We want to see it grow for a lot of people just like us that were also born into it or also come into it and have their kids born into it. So we want to see a healthy industry that works for all, that grows, that makes flowers reach the end consumer even more. One of the things I think was the beauty of how our grandparents saw flowers was for their community. They were able to sell flowers to anybody that walked into the store. It could be a large arrangement, it could just be one stem of carnation, but they saw the power of flowers in everybody's home. And our industry, as it continues to evolve, continues to get flowers out there, through its evolutions, through its transformations, and we want to be part of it and be active to support that, so we get ultimately more flowers out in there. So supporting the industry is also part of our Continental Flowers DNA. Our parents did it throughout their time. We'll continue to do it. So we'll always be around here.
Yeah, and with that in mind, I got a special clearance to go to Next Gen because I'm so old now that I had to see if they would let me in, but they did. I had to pay my way, but anyway, I'll go to Next Gen because the reason I'm going to Next Gen, there's two reasons. One is that my children and grandkids live out in California near San Diego, so I get a chance to go visit them. But I've still been watching what Next Gen's been doing, which is these all up and coming people in the industry. And I said, I better go check this out. And so I'm going to drag my cameras out there and see what is really happening because that we need that. As you know, being in the business this long, one of the challenges of wholesaling or the flower business in general is this succession or lack thereof. Wholesalers it's not an easy business being a wholesaler. So, that transition's tough. And when you see people in the business for a long time or young kids getting in the business, it's the future for us.
Yeah. No, we're very supportive of Next Gen. We're one of the sponsors of the SAF Next Gen event. We'll have some of our team members out there as well. Unfortunately, we won't be going for just other family things and not being able to be everywhere all the time is one of the limitations. But certainly, here at Continental Flowers, we certainly embrace the mission of Next Gen and we'll always support it. It's really something special having gotten to that. Having seen how SAF has promoted that event and brought people and some additional dynamism into our industry. It's certainly special.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then boom, quickly after that, we go to Worcester, which is in your hometown, my ex-hometown. So we'll be seeing you, no doubt, at various occasions this year. And hey, and I want to say congratulations to Continental Flowers for 50 years. It's a big number. It's you know, Armelini's been around now for 77 or something like that. But hey, it's cool that we hey, we're still alive and doing this, so it's great.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we haven't sunk it yet.
We haven't sunk the ship yet. We're still
We
here.
haven't. And hey, but speaking of Valentine's, since it is you know, tomorrow, how'd it go?
It was good. It was good Valentine's.
Was it? Yeah. My indications from talking to people was that it took a little time to develop, but it turned out okay. The weather got better and all sorts of good things, and make a lot of people happy. So, hey, well, thank you for your time today, and I really, again, congratulations. It's not a simple thing to to be around for 50 years and to survive a family transition, and you're both still sitting there. You're not fighting. You're not.
Not on camera. Not-
I'm sure it happens on occasion, but hey, I look forward to seeing you and both of you. Hope Trisha, you come out sometime because I never see you at conventions. So
Yeah,
I guess I have to go back to your bubble to find you.
I'm here swimming around in the fishbowl still.
Trisha will be at Wolf's.
I'll be out with it.
Oh, we'll be at All right, I'll be happy to see you there. Hey, thanks, guys and girls, and we'll talk to you another time and see you soon.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you, Willie.
Willie. Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right, my pleasure.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And happy Valentine's Day to you. Bye now.